this week, Republican Senator Mitt Romney spoke to the New York Times, where he issued a warning to the entire Republican Party. And that warning is this: if you let Donald Trump run for president in 2024 as a Republican, he is going to win that primary in a landslide. Romney said, he has by far the largest voice and a big impact in my party. I don't know about his family members, whether they intend to do that, but I expect he will continue playing a role. And he added that he is sure that the former president will continue being influential as time goes on. So Romney knows that he is not going to be able to purge the party of Donald Trump, at least of his influence. But what he's hoping doesn't happen is obviously that Trump does not win in 2024 or run in 2024, because obviously he would win the Republican Party nomination. Now, you see, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, if Trump ran, let's assume for the sake of everything right now that Trump is running in 2024 as a Republican. Would not surprise me one bit if he won the Republican primary. I would also not be shocked in the least if he lost. Like if he lost spectacularly. And here's why. The first time Donald Trump ran for president, he came out as this outsider. I'm not a part of the system. The United States, the people were unhappy. They wanted change. So that always benefits the challenger rather than an incumbent party. So he had that going for him. Still couldn't pull off the popular vote. But he also approached the debates with a different tactic too, right? Just insulting all these individuals, not talking about facts, speaking in hyperbole, trying to draw the audience into it, and absolutely turning the entire thing on its head in a way that we haven't seen. But now we've seen it. Do you see what the difference is there? Now those Republican challengers would know what to expect. Now Trump has a record to run on or run from, and it ain't a good one. So suddenly, this outsider that nobody knows how he'll govern, what he'll be like, we know. We know. And Trump may have decent support within the Republican Party. I know he's actually still leading in the polls for 2024 among Republicans, but not by huge margins. And in fact, they're actually going down. Not to mention the fact that the dude is permanently banned from Twitter. That was his biggest microphone. So I don't understand why Mitt Romney's out there saying Trump has the largest voice in our party. No, he doesn't. His voice was effectively silenced for everybody outside of the party's inner workings. The average Republican out there isn't getting daily tweets from Trump anymore. They're not getting daily conversations with him via Twitter or other social media. That's gone. And as long as that stays gone, he is not going to be able to hoodwink them the way that he used to. Oh, sure, he can go out there and do his rallies and all of that, but that is still not going to help. In fact, in areas where Donald Trump did his last month of rallies in the 2020 election, he lost a share of voters. So he would go to these areas that supported him, and by the time he left, they didn't support him as much. So I don't know. I mean, based on all the facts, based on what we've seen, I would have to say that what Mitt Romney is saying here isn't true. I do not think Trump would win the Republican nomination in a landslide. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I definitely don't think that that is what would happen at this point. The novelty has worn off. It's like I always said leading up to the election over at Ring of Fire. Trump, when he first burst onto the scene, he was the Macarena. It was this kind of new, fun song that you don't really know what they're saying in it, but you can kind of dance to it a little bit. It's new, it's fun. You throw it at a party, everybody's like, Macarena. That's what Trump was. Then after about, with the Macarena, a couple of months, but with Trump, a couple of years, people were like, oh my God, if I hear that song again, I'm going to stick a needle in my eardrum. Stop it. We don't care about that song. It's not even funny to play it ironically anymore. Get it out of here. That's what Trump is. At least on the national scale. And that's why I think Mitt Romney is wrong, but he is fear-mongering here within his own party, and I'm not going to fault him for it, because he doesn't want Trump to be the nominee. Not because he's worried about changing the inner workings of his party, but because he knows that if Trump is the nominee in 2024, Democrats are likely sailing to an easy victory.